Welcome back, guys, to my channel. So today is Sunday, July the 28th. So today I'm coming on the camera. Today's going to be more so of a story time. So today I'm going to pretty much just share with you guys about my first colonoscopy experience. So like I said, today is Sunday, it's July the 28th. So I had my colonoscopy procedure done July the 19th. That was a Friday. My appointment was at 10:15. Now, prior to getting my colonoscopy done, I had to do a consultation with my doctor, which was Dr. Ronald at the GI Associates in Madison in Mississippi, because pretty much if you want to get a colonoscopy done and you haven't reached that that age bracket, which now I think is like 45 to 50, then you have to do a consultation, because they're pretty much gonna know why are you wanting to get a colonoscopy done, because you know you haven't met the age. And I'm only 32, so that was the main thing. They wanted to know why I want to get a colonoscopy done, and I'm only 32, which I'm still very young. So I talked to the nurse and Dr. Ronalds, and I pretty much explained to them that, you know, well, one, I found out that my grandmother has colon cancer, and it's in stage 4, and that was a hard pill to swallow. And you know, I'm the type of person that I'm very big when it comes to my health. So I go and get everything done. I get a wellness exam done every year, my PAPs. I've even had a mammogram done. You know, they tell you that women are not supposed to get a mammogram till they were like, what, 50, I believe. But I got one last year when I was 31. And I was actually telling him that I was scheduled to get another one I got a mammogram last week, because I had already got it done. Because I got it done the week prior to my consultation. And so I was telling them about my grandmother and how, you know, pretty much she had a tumor that had enlarged to the point to where it attached to part of her liver. And you know, my grandmother, like a lot of other older people, just simply don't like to go to the doctor. You know, they believe that, you know, they believe in trying, like, their sick, you know, just fixing it on their own, or taking some medicine and doing one of those home remedies. But pretty much my grandma, she had been sick for a long time, but she didn't really tell anybody. She wasn't telling the family, like my mom, her other kids. She was pretty much just hiding it from everybody. Until one day, you know, she was at home, and my mom was over there with my aunt, and she had passed out. You know, they was thinking, you know, it was just dehydration, because she was prepping to get a colonoscopy. Because I'll never forget, this actually happened a little after Mother's Day, because this was May when all of this happened. So she was at home, she passed out. My mom and my aunt rushed her to the hospital. They thought it was just from dehydration, because, you know, especially when you get older, like in older people, you know, when you don't eat, it's easy for weight to fall off of you, for you to drop weight. And that was the case for her, because she was prepping to get her colonoscopy, because she actually left Texas early, because she went to Texas, to Arlington, Texas, to visit my aunt, because she lives there for Mother's Day. And she left early just so she can come back and prep for her colonoscopy, because she kind of knew that it was time for her to get one done, which, to be honest with you, she should have been got one, because my grandma is 79 and she'll be 80 this year in December. And when you're 50, you're supposed to get a colonoscopy. So here it is, she's 79 and she's never had a colonoscopy. So now all of a sudden she decides that she wants to get a colonoscopy done. So they took her to the hospital, and come to find out they had to hook her up to IVs. She couldn't eat. So finally, the day after Memorial Day, while she was in the hospital, well, I'll rewind a little bit. She was in the hospital, hooked up to IV. She couldn't eat, because keep in mind, she still had to get a colonoscopy, so they can look up in her and discover what it is. So finally, when she did have a colonoscopy, and it was the week before Memorial Day, the doctors did discover that she had a very large tumor, and which is a mass. and pretty much that was blocking her from having bowel movements because she wasn't using the bathroom. Her stool had blood in it. You know, it was really, really, really bad. So that's when they told her that, you know, she was going to have a surgery to remove the tumor, because anytime you have a tumor that large in your colon, you got to have surgery. So the day after Memorial Day was her surgery. I actually took off of work. It was me, my mom, my aunt, some of her grandkids. A lot of people was there that day, you know, supporting her, letting her know that's going to be okay. Her surgery was only supposed to be 2 hours. It ended up being 5 hours because from what Dr. Ferris was telling us, they didn't realize how large the tumor was. So it took a little longer than expected, but finally, when her surgery was done, you know, they let the family know that it's over and that they can come back and see her. So that's when the doctor pretty much told us that the tumor was very large. You know, he had to actually consult with the other surgeon and had to, you know, have help in getting the tumor out. But they did tell us that she did have colon cancer, and it was stage 4 colon cancer. And we was just really sad. It was heartbreaking because, you know, nobody wants to hear that about a loved one, especially someone close like, you know, a grandmother. And, you know, it was really hard. A lot of emotions was running through, you know, our minds. But we just decided that we're going to stay strong and be there for her as much as possible. And to be honest with you, I was going to already get a colonoscopy because last year my husband had to have a colonoscopy because he started to see blood in his stool, and he automatically knew that something was wrong and he was not going to wait around. So he immediately made an appointment to see a doctor. And the same doctor, Dr. Reynolds, who did my colonoscopy, did my husband's colonoscopy. And he did discover that my husband had 2 polyps in his colon, and they were precancerous. So he went in and he completely scraped it. He completely removed it out. So it is gone. And, you know, the doctor, he just thanks my husband. He was like, thank you for letting me save your life, because had he would have not came in and got a colonoscopy, those polyps would have just sat in his colon, and it would, within maybe another 2 or 3 years, if not longer, it would eventually turn into cancer. So I tell anybody, you never know what's going on with your body if you don't go and see a doctor. So back to my colonoscopy, especially after I found out my and then he and Dr. Reynolds even told me, he was like, yeah, and if you want to, I can do your colonoscopy. And my husband was like, it wouldn't hurt. So I was like, okay. So I was like, I'll just make an appointment to have mine next year. So here it is, next year. Just unfortunately, this is also the year that me and my family just found out that my grandmother has colon cancer stage 4. So I wanted to get a colonoscopy more than anything now. But the preparation for it was so hard. So on the 19th, I went, and he completely understood why I wanted to get a colonoscopy done. He really, really did. So when I went and had my consultation, my nurse, she gave me some instructions. So they pretty much give you instructions of what you need to do. So on here, it tells me Wednesday, 2 days before your procedure at 6 p.m., you have to take 3 tablespoons of milk of magnesia. And then after this, you have to start a clear liquid diet. Do not eat any solid food or dairy products. Mix prep solution with lukewarm water and place in the refrigerator. You will drink the solution in 2 parts. So pretty much they're just letting me know that that Wednesday, starting 6 o'clock p.m., I couldn't drink any type of solid foods. I had to start my liquid diet, which that's what I did. I went to work that Wednesday, and I made sure that I ate really, really good. And then at 6 o'clock p.m., I took the 3 teaspoons of milk of magnesia, which is, I absolutely hate milk of magnesia, but it works. And then I started the liquid diet. That prep solution that they talk about, it comes in a plastic container, and you have to mix it with water. So this is what they prescribed to me. This is what my mixed prep solution came in, and this is actually 4 liters, and it was nothing in it now because I drank it all. But So normally when you pick this up, normally they'll ask you what pharmacy you go to. I go to Walgreens. So I picked this up from Walgreens like the week before. So all it has powder in the bottom of it. So all I did was I got some water from my refrigerator and I filled it all the way up. I shook it really, really good, and then I let it sit in the refrigerator. I did that Wednesday, the day before, because you don't actually start drinking it until the day before your colonoscopy, which was that Thursday. I just went ahead and put it in my refrigerator to let it get cold that Wednesday. So then it tells you for Thursday, which is the entire day before your procedure, it tells you absolutely no solid foods until your procedure is completed. It says you may have clear liquids as much as you would like all throughout the day. Clear liquids include water, clear juice, black coffee, tea, broth, jello, soft drinks, and popsicles. Nothing red or purple, no dairy products, no orange juice, or no alcohol. So that's pretty much what I ate. I mostly ate jello and popsicles. I did buy some beef broth, but I really didn't eat the beef broth because let me tell you, the reason why I couldn't consume the beef broth is because my stomach was so full, it was so tight from drinking all this mixed prep solution, because it tells you that you have to drink this at a certain time. So it tells you at 4 o'clock p.m., which this was Thursday, begin drinking the first half of the prep solution. Drink 1 8-ounce glass every 10 to 15 minutes until the first half of the solution is gone. This method has been determined to work best. Should you feel nauseated, you may pause for 30 to 60 minutes and then resume drinking the solution. You may flavor the solution with any non-red flavor enhancer if prescribed, but putting the remaining solution back into the refrigerator. If you experience nausea and vomiting, you are unable to keep it down, the prep down, then refer to the Healthful Hints sheets, which they give you like helpful hints that'll help you if you can't really keep it down, because it is very, very nasty. Then at 8 o'clock p.m., begin drinking the remaining half of the prep solution. Drink, like I said, the 8-ounce glass every 10 to 15 minutes. And it tells you if you take blood thinners or medications to treat a heart condition or hypertension, seizures, or diabetes, see notes below. So that's pretty much what I did. So at 4 o'clock p.m., I drank half of this, which was 2 liters. Like I say, you have to drink it every 10 to 15 minutes. Now, as far as the 8-ounce cup, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't measure an 8-ounce cup. I didn't even know what 8 ounces look like. I Googled what an 8-ounce glass of water looks like, but you know, I wasn't gonna go out and do all of that. So pretty much this is the cup I use. It's just like a short plastic cup. And compared to the 8-ounce glasses that I saw on YouTube, I'm thinking that this was probably a little bit more than 8 ounces, because those glasses are like really, really like narrow. And this is a wider cup. But my thing is, it really doesn't matter what you use to, what type of cup you use. The important thing is making sure you drink all of the solution, because you want to make sure that it's in your system so it can flush you out. That's the main thing. So you don't really have to per se just use a glass or just precisely measure it that it's 8 ounces, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't measure it. I just filled this all the way up to the top, and I'll fill it up to right there. Sometimes I would do literally almost to the top of the brim, but this is the cup that I used. And so pretty much I took that, and after I drank all of that, I tried to eat some beef broth, but like I said, my stomach was so tight and I could just not drink anything else. So pretty much I went to the bathroom literally all day. And the more you go, the more you're gonna see it's flushing you out. So you know that the prep solution has completely worked when you see nothing but clear fluid coming out of your anus. So it's really gonna feel worse than diarrhea, which that's what it's gonna get. You're gonna have diarrhea all day. It's really gonna be like you're peeing out of your anus, your butthole. So that's pretty much what it's gonna be. It's like you're just gonna be peeing clear liquid. So then it tells you Friday, the day of the procedure, absolutely no solid food until your procedure is completed. Now, it does say this. It does say you may have clear liquids until 3 hours before checking in. And then do not have anything by mouth until after your procedure. If you drink anything during this time, it lets you know your procedure may have to be rescheduled, which you don't want, because you went through so much, you know, being miserable, not being able to eat. The last thing you want to do is get to the day of your surgery and the doctor have to tell you that, you know, it's going to have to be rescheduled because you ate and drunk something, you know, the day or right before. And it could have possibly been that you forgot, especially if you're waking up, you're hungry, you want to try to eat something. Me personally, I decided to play it safe. I'm the type of person, I'd rather be sorry than safe. I didn't drink or eat anything the day of my procedure. I was just ready to get dressed, get in a car, have my husband drive me over there and get it over with. But other than that, my procedure went great. The day of the procedure was not the hard part. The hard part is the day and a half before the Wednesday when you have to start the clear liquid diet because you can't eat anything. It's just absolutely miserable, guys. I was so miserable. I was just so ready to eat. I felt like I was dying. Like, I didn't even know if I was going to get through it at some points. This was so nasty to drink, but you have to drink it. But, so the results of my colonoscopies was the doctor found 1 polyp. And it was very, very small. And he did remove it, but other than that, he said I was healthy, I was fine, and I was super, super ecstatic, and most importantly, I was ready to go and get me something to eat. But yeah, guys, so that pretty much was my colonoscopy experience. I don't regret it. I'm so grateful that I did it because I know that I am healthy in my colon, you know, because you have to be mindful of what you eat, because finding polyps, according to the doctor, is not anything uncommon. As human beings, you know, we eat, we drink. You have to eat to live. So, you know, so after a while, your colon is going to get polyps in it, which polyps are these really, really small red looking things. And that's why when you turn the proper age, you're supposed to go and get a colonoscopy done. I wish my grandmother would have gotten a colonoscopy when she turned 50. Or she could have eliminated having that enlarged tumor in her colon and have them go through what she's going through now. But anyway, guys, it is so important to go and get your colonoscopy. Don't wait till that age limit. I want to say it's 45 to 50. If you feel like it's something you want to do, like I did, especially finding out my grandmother has colon cancer, go ahead and get it done, especially if you have insurance. If you have a loved one, anybody you know that is of the age and has not had a colonoscopy, please encourage them to go ahead and get a colonoscopy done. But anyway, guys, that is all I wanted. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday fun day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.